NHL teammates for 13 seasons. Now back together as on-air teammates. You are listening to the Kess and Juice Podcast. Hockey, life, and other stuff. Here are your hosts, Ryan Kessler and Kevin Bieksa.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 12, Kess and Juice. We got a good one today. I'm your host, Kevin Bieksa.
Hold on. I'm your host, Ryan Kessler. And with me, as always, the coach that just beat the number one team in the nation for the 07 group in Quebec City in the Quebec Tournament, Kevin Bieksa.
Spoiler alert.
How's it going, Juice?
Spoiler alert. Good, buddy. Good. Yeah. Like you said, a big day for us for Junior Ducks hockey today. We just we upsetted the number one team in the country. So big OT win. How's Cali? We did like a little bit of a reversal.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see you when I was in town, and then I heard you were going to be in Quebec. Cali's good, man. It went to Disney today. Just you're spread so thin while you're here. You got to try to see everybody, and you know, you try not to tell everybody you're in town. But that kind of went out the window.
Yeah, you're so popular. I actually planned this Quebec Peewee Tournament for when you were going to be in California.
Shocker.
Because we see each other so much, and we're going to see each other this Monday because we're working trade deadline together. That's Monday, February 24th. So what a time of the year. This is it's going to be an interesting one, right? There's always so much speculation and everything, and then we've been through a lot over the years. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen this year. Do you? Do you have a crystal ball?
Yeah. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm thinking a whole lot of nothing.
That's the way it usually. A lot of bark, no bite.
Yeah, we can get into that later, though. I got thoughts on that.
Good. I hope you do. And then we'll talk more about this Quebec Peewee Tournament. You played in it. I'm coaching right now. We're in the quarterfinals. Kind of some of the things I'm interested to hear your opinion, because I'll tell you some of the things I like and dislike about the tournament, and see if you had similar experiences 20 years ago when you were here.
Yeah. I'm interested to hear. Hopefully, bring back some memories for me.
And then our first Czech guest ever, David Rittich. Big Save Dave. This guy's a character.
Big Save Dave.
You know, he's the starting goalie now for the Calgary Flames. First year as the number one starter. So
yeah, it's kind of came out of nowhere, and he's doing well for himself. First all-star game this year. So you guys are going to enjoy it. Trust me.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy. I briefly spoke with him at the All-Star game this year, and I could just get the feeling like this guy likes to talk. He likes the camera. He's got the broken English. It makes every story and every chirp he says even more funny. So looking forward to talking to him and hearing his side of the Battle of Alberta, his version, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to hear the flip side and about the stick toss and everything like that.
Giddy up. Let's go. So trade deadline's coming up this Monday, February 24th. It's the days leading up to it that there's usually more action. Every year it seems like there's a letdown. But Kess, like, what do you remember? Like, what are some of your stories, and what are some of the trades you remember over the years that stand out?
You know, I think the first one that stands out for me is mine, or the lack thereof of my trade.
Let's start somewhere different. Let's start with you.
Sitting in Phoenix, and we have practice that day, and the whole day you think you're getting traded, and then it doesn't happen, and you hear rumors why, and you hear I was traded, and then it got nixed, and who knows what happened, but
I do. I know.
Yeah, you do know. I think I do too.
Did you ask for the trade?
I did ask for the trade. You know, I don't think ownership really wanted to trade me. I don't think management really wanted to trade me, but at the same time, I think it was a good time to split. Seeing that I wanted another shot at winning a cup, and they were obviously going to start rebuilding. But to be honest, other trade deadlines, take it back to my first year in the league, before the salary cap, and that's when trade deadline was trade deadline. That's when like the trade deadline shows started, because there'd be 30, 40, 50 trades in one day. And I remember my first year, we picked up probably 6, 7 guys, and some guys didn't even play. We just traded for them for depth. And that was the year Vancouver went on that big, well, they wanted to go on the big run, and they lost in 7 games to Calgary. That was, looking back on it, that was a team that should have did well in playoffs, and they didn't.
Well, I think trade deadline used to have more action back in those days because the salary cap was different back then. So you could still build your team by acquiring guys at July 1 and at the deadline, and you didn't have to rely on your draft picks as much as you do today. Now you have to rely on draft picks today because you're paying big money to your star players, and you have to develop your guys. So draft picks are more valuable now than ever. So I think that's why teams are so hesitant and reluctant to give up a 3rd rounder, a 2nd rounder, and certainly a 1st rounder. That's my opinion, at least.
Oh yeah, and you don't have the money to stack your team like you used to. Like, remember when the Ray Borks and Brett Halls used to get traded at the deadline, or they got traded at the deadline to Colorado just to hopefully win a cup. And looking back on it, that was exciting for me as a kid to see a superstar in another jersey, and you don't really know what goes behind it until you see it happen to your teammates, and you see them have to get up and move cities and possibly move countries, right?
What do you think of my upper body right now? It's pretty good, eh?
Did you shave or do you wax? Do you wax your chest, or do you shave your chest?
No, I have hair on my chest. For the record, Kes and I can see each other through video.
Upper chest.
No,
upper chest.
I got hair on my chest right now. It's actually it's a
Let
good
me
length.
paint you this picture. He's sitting up, and he's showing me basically his upper chest, and he has 0 body hair.
No, that's not true.
He has
Don't
a
lie.
neck scarf of like facial hair, and then it goes completely bald, and then he has like 12-year-old boys chest hair.
That's not even close to the truth, but let's get back to the trade deadline. Do you remember the Higgins-Lapierre trade in Van? The one that kind of solidified our forward spot? What I remember about that is when Higgy came in, I think he was a little bit banged up, so he wasn't playing for a couple weeks. Lappy went right into the lineup, and Higgy was riding the bike and doing workouts, and Vigneault, if you remember correctly, made him do a fitness test. So we're end of February. Like, you're in the middle of the season. You're tired. You've been grinding all year. And Vigneault made him do the VO2. Remember? The Wingate?
I don't remember this.
Oh, I remember because he came up to me and he goes, and he was like the new guy and he didn't really want to complain, but he was like.
Actually, you know what? I do remember this now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
he came
doing.
Up to me too.
Do you remember? Can you imagine doing those tests in the middle of the season?
No. Yeah. I hear guys around the league. I'm not going to name names or teams. They have to do a bike test right now too.
What? Really? Name teams. Name names. Does it rhyme with Schmanaheim?
Rhymes with Tux.
Schmanaheim Tux. Yeah. You know what? When you're at the bottom of the basement though in the league, and you have a young team, I can see them just wanting to test these guys every step of the way and see what
they have, see where they are mentally and physically. I get it, but at the same time, it sucks going through it. We've been there and we've done it before. I know when Edmonton back in the day, when they were in the tank and they had all those first rounders, you hear stories about them doing fitness testings and skate test in February because they're already out of playoffs, right?
Yeah. Do you remember the Cody Hodgson trade? I remember he was just and same thing. I think his agent requested a trade several times, and they finally moved him at the deadline. But prior to that, he just kind of started to find his stride with us. I thought he was starting to play his best hockey. He was a different guy, but he was starting to fit in and find like his little niche on our team. He was the second unit power play. Right. And then remember, he gets dealt because we lost to Boston the year before and kind of got beat up a little bit and bullied a little bit. So they brought Cass in.
Yeah. Yeah. I do remember that. I remember he came in kind of different, I would say. He would have meetings with Vigneault, and he'd demand ice time like Hank in mind, where I remember Vigneault coming to me and telling me, look at yours and Hank's ice time your first year in the league. And I think we're both around like 12:30 average ice time. And he's like, that's what Cody's getting. I'm like, he shouldn't have a problem with it. I have proof right here that you guys had to earn your ice time, and that's what he's going to do. And I had no problem with it. But like you said, he found his niche, and he was on the second power play unit, and he was going into that role, and he was starting to become a good player. And then he asked for a trade, and I think we all know what happened to him after that.
Go back to that. You played 12 minutes. You and Hank were 12 and a half your first year. I'm pretty sure when I came to the team and Hank and Danny were in their fourth years, they were still playing just at 15 minutes. Like it took them
16.
It took them 5-6 years to get to 18 minutes a night.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't playing anywhere near that until I played with Matt Sundin, which was 2009. So that's 5 years. And even then, if you didn't play good, you'd get sat and you wouldn't play, 18, 19 minutes.
Nothing was given back then. Everything was earned. Even like the contracts, everything was earned. Like you didn't get paid on your second contract. Now there was no such thing as a bridge deal. It was, it was entry level. Then it was your second contract. It was your third. And then usually your fourth was your big one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to earn your contract, or you sign an offer sheet.
Yeah, or you get an offer sheet and then you go live in Seattle for a week while you're waiting for the team to mull it over. Everyone, you think you're really hiding, but we're like, we know where he is. He's in the closest possible U.S. spot. He's in Seattle. You drove down to Seattle.
I did, yeah. How'd you know that? I told you that. That's how you knew it.
Didn't. No, you didn't. I know everything about you.
All right. Touché.
What hotel are you at right now in Cali?
I'm at the Newport Coast Marriott Villas.
Oh yeah. That's where we had the Ducks and Tucks a few times, right?
No, that's Balboa Bay. No, where did we have the Ducks and Tucks? No, we had it out in Anaheim.
And we had it at that hotel. That was a rhetorical question. I already knew the answer. We've had it there before. In the daytime.
Okay. It wouldn't be Ducks and Tucks. It would have been
Fashion show. Let's move on because we're gonna both be in Toronto on Sportsnet Monday, talking all day and all night about this. So we'll save some of our good stuff for that. But let's move on. So this is the 61st year of the Quebec Peewee Tournament in Quebec City. The city is basically waits for this tournament. There's over 100 Peewee teams. So this year it's 2007s that come in from BB, A, AA, AAA. There's an academy league. There's teams from everywhere here. The city's sold out. All the hotels, they basically thrive on these 2 weeks. So, Kes, you played in it many moons ago. Some of the good things and the bad things. Like we're having a good time. We've played, and I'll get right into some of the things I don't like about it. We've played 2 games in 8 days. We played 2 tournament games, let's say, in 8 days. So today was our second one. We played the way it's structured, terrible structure. The first game, everyone plays the first game. And tell me if it was like this, Kes, when you played. All the winners, all the teams that win their first game go in a separate bracket. All the losers go into a separate bracket. And then after that, it's basically single elimination. All the losers play each other until one team comes out of that bracket. All the winners play each other till one team comes out of that bracket. So before you answer this, there's an onus on teams and there's an incentive for teams to not win the first game because they have the same chance against the weaker teams. And there's been whispers around here. There haven't been whispers. There have been people like complaining, talking about teams throwing their first game just to get an easier draw. Can you believe that crap? But tell me, was that the way the format was when you were here?
Yeah, it was. You got 2 games guaranteed, and if you lost your second game, you're out of the tournament. So same divisions, winners and losers. We won our first game, lost our second game against a Vancouver-based team, and we were out of the tournament. But you stay there the whole time because you have exhibitions games, right? It's kind of a destination, and it's all about the experience. But I'm the same way. How many games have you played so far, and how long have you been up there?
I came after the city night, so you and I were in van, but the team was here on Tuesday, a week yesterday. Sorry, a week. They've been here basically for 9 days, and we've played a bunch of games, right? We played Bell Tire from Detroit. We played Slovakia. We played Adirondack. We played Honey Baked, Horkoff's team. That's number 3 in the country. We played them in an exhibition game the other day, and they're an awesome team, and we were lucky enough to beat them. We beat Middlesex State, which is number 1 in the country. We lost to Long Island in listen to this one. we play a game against this Long Island team who's number 7 in the country. And again, the rankings make what you want from them. It's probably some loser in his basement doing it. But we play this Long Island team, and we're playing the game, and then it's over. Like, we tie it late, it goes to overtime, and the referees are like, 3-shooter shootout. And what we do usually is a 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. And I'm like, really? And he goes, no time. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we go to a shootout. Nobody scores from either team. They're like, game's over. And we're like, no, it's not. Like, let us go again. Like, one sudden death. Both teams are like, no, sudden death. And they're like, no, sorry, there's no time. I'm like, I will pay for an extra hour of ice time so we can finish this shootout. And they're like, nope, sorry. And this goes on for like a minute. And I go, you realize we've been arguing for a minute. Like, this game could have been over by now. So he goes to their coaches. They're like, one more shooter. Like, we come all the way to Quebec. We spend all this money, and you can't even let us take an extra shot because you think there's no time. So anyways, we ended up going, and their team scores. Ours doesn't. We lose. But there's closure to it. So, like, you're just fighting for everything you get here.
Have you guys played in the mall yet with the bridge across the center ice?
Guys went there today. I didn't go. Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, that's one of my memories I remember from there, that and tobogganing and with the team. And I just remember all the dads would stand up on the bridge and they'd look down one end, then it'd go by center ice, and they'd have to walk to the other side of the bridge and watch the play continue down there. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. One other thing, it's I don't know if you billeted. Our kids are all billeting 2 per family. Did you do that?
Yeah, I billeted it with one of my teammates, and my family's strict, but the family I was with was super strict. Like, no MTV, no TV really at all. Our TV was limited, and it was just a bizarre setup, but it added to the experience. And I don't know how Cole's experience is, but yeah, it was that good. That's nice to hear.
It's just tough. The kids they're 12, right? They're young. Cole's not used to staying at a stranger's house for 12 days in a row. His billet family, the husband or the dad, he speaks broken English. The mom and the little girl that lives there, they don't speak any English. And so throw my shy son in it with his buddy Will, who's also really shy. These kids stay in their room the whole day. They don't eat any food. They don't ask for anything. There's no communication. So it's a tough situation, right? And then you look at 2 kids on our team are with Simon Gagne, who we played against in the NHL. So he's billeting a team. So he's driving these kids around in a snowmobile, showing up to practices and all this snow gear. These kids are eating salmon, but the night before game, these kids are just treated like royalty, right? So there's a little bit of a little diversity amongst the billets. So
yeah, it's the luck of the draw, eh? And it is a different time now than when I went. I mean, it was probably 20 plus years ago that I went, and just different generation, right?
It is. The good parts, different cultures here. So there's Slovakia, there's Czech, there's France, there's Romania, there's Hungary, there's all the Canada, US teams. They're all there, and they're all at this new, beautiful arena where the Quebec Remparts play. What's it called? The Videotron. The Center Videotron, beautiful NHL rink that they built, probably
really?
in the hope. So when you play on that rink, everybody's there watching, and it's really cool. They have the pin exchange. Did they have that when you were there?
Yeah, I had the pin exchange.
That's a big deal for kids. They have everyone's got their own pins, and they trade.
I still have all mine. I still have all my pins. Cole can have them. They're all in a frame, and my uncle was there. He framed them all for me, and I still have them from. I'll take a picture and send it to you when I get back home.
Yeah, you should. He'll take you up on that. But it's funny because our goalie today, they were all after our game. They're hanging out, trading with the different kids. And he goes to me, he comes up, he goes, I'm not trading with, and this is fitting because of our guest, David Rittich. He goes,
Yeah.
I'm not trading with those Czech guys anymore. They drive me nuts. Like none of them speak English. And he's like, I'm just not trading with them. They try to rip me off and do like one small pin for a big pin. Like I'm not trading with those Czechs. Like that's a prelude to Rittich.
Cheap.
You know what else is cool? You mentioned the outdoor activities and the skating outside. There's a lot of ex-NHL guys here that are coaching. There's I mentioned Horkoff is coaching Honeybake. Brad Stewart is with the Kings. There's Matty Ellis. I don't know if you know him. He played with Buffalo for years.
Pominville.
Adrian Pominville's son's a little bit younger. Stoner.
He coaches in my age group.
Stoner. Clayton Stone. He runs and coaches the Vegas AA team. So we hung out with him a little. He's
how's he doing?
He's doing really well. He asked about you and he said to say hi. But he's doing really well, and he's running that whole program there, and they're doing really good. This is the most prestigious hockey tournament, minor hockey tournament in the world. There's over 1,000 players that have gone on to play in the NHL, and I'm just going to read a couple names: Brad Park, Gilbert Perreault, Guy Lafleur, Marcel Dion, Bossy, Gartner, Dennis Savard, Gretzky, Coffey, Francis, LaFontaine, Iserman, a guy named Mario Lemieux. I don't know if you've heard of him. Brett Hall, Patrick Waugh, Medano, Shanahan, Lindros, and Ryan Kessler. So that's a good list of hockey players.
Well, and guys that play now: Kopitar, Perron, Kane, Larkin, McDavid, all those guys, right? And the list goes on. It's impressive. I didn't know that, and you look back and it's some of my best minor hockey league memories come from that. And to be honest, it's all in the arena you play in. You play in a big arena for the first time with a bunch of fans, and then, like I was telling you earlier, the mall experience, playing in the mall, was pretty cool. So it's all in all, it's and to be honest, the Billets do their best, and we all have a good time there.
Yeah, that's something I maybe should reiterate is the Billets do their best and they care, and this 2 weeks they set aside and they're dedicated to driving the kids around and trying to feed them, and they're a part of all the activities as much as they can. So overall, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's an unbelievable experience for the kids, and we're doing well. We're going to keep on going here and see how far. Kess and Ryan Getzlov were kind enough to send us a team video message wishing the kids good luck for this morning's game, and it worked. We showed them before the game, and then we're playing Pittsburgh tomorrow, and John Gibson's already made a video message. So if we get through, if we get through them, who's left? Who's left to talk to on the Ducks that our kids would even Fowler? Fizzle?
Yeah, let's text Cam Fowler. I'm sure he'll do it. I think he's injured right now, so he's not doing anything.
He's got nothing going on right now.
Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Boom. It's in your net.
What's that from? I haven't heard that in a while.
That's from Trent Yawning. Nothing going on. Boom! It's in your net.
Oh, when he used to do his video, he'd do the play-by-play. Yeah, look at this in the PK here. Yeah, we're in good position. Nothing going on. Bam! Back of your net. We're like, what? He goes, that's how fast it could happen on the penalty kill. And we're like, oh, okay. Sorry, Jans. Hey, let's talk. We got next David Rittich, Big Save Dave of the Calgary Flames coming up.
You're listening to the Cass and Juice podcast.
Our next guest is the starting goaltender for the Calgary Flames right now. He was a 2020 NHL All-Star, and if you watched it, Cass, and the save streak, this guy was amazing. Probably had the most fun on anybody. He's our first and probably only guest we'll ever have from the Czech Republic for obvious reasons. And his nickname is Big Save Dave. And most people don't know this, but he's the only goaltender in the NHL that has Coca-Cola in his water bottle. It's David Rittich.
How do you know that?
I do my research, bud. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Every TV break, I got a couple shots of Coca-Cola.
Diet or regular?
No diet, regular for sure.
Kes, what did you drink when you played?
Definitely not Coca-Cola. I can't remember
But
last time I drank Coca-Cola. That's impressive that you can plan that stuff. Obviously, it's working for you.
yeah, sometimes it's not really often right now.
Okay, let's go back to the story about you, like how you got to the NHL. This is what I heard, and I'm super interested to hear your opinion. So, the Czech scout for the Calgary Flames is over scouting a player, and it's not you. And he watches you play. You have an unbelievable game. So he requests some footage of you. So you guys get some highlight reels. You send it to the Calgary Flames goalie coach, George Sigalet. He reviews it. He really likes you. So you guys set up a phone call with the translator because you didn't speak English yet. How did that call go?
Still same us now, right? It's not even better now. Yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy phone call for sure. I think it was like 7 guys on that conversation. It was my agent, my Canadian agent, me. I think Siggy was there, Derek McKinnon, who's scout for Calgary Flames, and I'm pretty sure the Brett Traveling was there too. So it was kind of painful phone call for me because I didn't understand even words. So
what did you talk about? Were you just like, I save puck, I save all pucks?
honestly, I was talking in Czech with my agent, and he translated to them because I'm not pretty sure if they want to hear that in that time in English.
Yeah, but what were you saying in Czech to them? Were they just asking you what kind of player you are, or what were they like? I have no idea what they were asking.
There was kind of like about everything, about family and what I think if I want to go there, if I get wife, and lot of personal things, and for sure it was hockey side there too.
Okay, so Jordan Sigalet brings you over here. Really liked your game, and how has that relationship been with you? And how seems like he's doing a good job because you're at the All-Star game. You dominate games. You're Big Save Dave now, right?
I mean, I didn't pick that nickname, so thanks Calgary fans. So it's pretty nice. I mean, if I'm gonna go back to that question, I don't really know what the scout liked on me because that game was like 6-4 or something like that. So that was kind of tough call by him, but it is what it is now. And yeah, I mean, what Siggy did for me, it's awesome, and what's he doing every day with me? It's unbelievable. He's working with me every day. We go in earlier on the ice most of the times of the season, and we working on the tiles. I mean, it's not about the big things in the NHL or when you're playing pro. It's about the details and small things, what you can improve and what it can be better.
He tells me that you're a super hard worker and you're kind of like a master of your craft, and and actually, you know what, at the All-Star game there was people don't know this, but there was some ice available in the morning before the skills competition, and I was at the rink doing some media stuff, and I go to the glass, and Perron was there with his son, and there's a couple guys, but you were one of the few players who put on all your gear and you went into your net and you were doing a full warm-up and preparing for the event, right? That just shows your dedication.
No, I mean, I was in Mexico for 6 days or 5 days before, so
okay. So you're trying to sweat it out.
Had to sweat it out.
I want to take off those Coronas or those tequila shots. So honestly, I just wanted a little sweat and get the feelings back because it's not easy to jump right into it and have a safe streak against those players what I had from me. So I just want to get feelings back a little bit.
Now, what's going through your head the first time you step on the ice when you have 6 days in Mexico with all those tequila shots and you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad and I have to go against who tonight in a shootout?
Yeah, I mean, I had tough picks there. I had Kaner, I had Derek, or not Derek, I had McKinnon there, and you know what? I just went there, and the first thing what went through my mind was like, hey, I'm just going to have fun here. That's for kids. That's why you're playing hockey. I mean, obviously you can see the kids who's joining playing hockey and who can looks at you and say, "Hey, he's my favorite player." That's kind of why I'm playing hockey too.
So when you're doing your pregame warm up there at the All-Star game, at the end of it, who shot 2 pucks at your head? If you didn't have your goalie,
Yeah, no one. So
what's that superstition?
Oh, that's kind of weird. It started when I was in minors.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, it's weird.
Yeah, you saying that, yeah, right? Oh boy. Okay, no. Honestly, that started in the minors. We played. I think it was Milwaukee, and our goalie coach, Colin Zulianello, just hit me twice during the warm-up shots right to my head, and I had a shutout that night, and we were like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." And that happened one more time after, and we were like, "Hey, we have to keep it going." That's how everything starts, and we still doing that.
What kind of shots are they? Are they like bombs to your head, or are they just like little flickers?
Yeah, I mean, it was little flickers from big game.
So Gaudreau shoots it. If they're flickers, Johnny Gaudreau shoots it hard.
I didn't say that. That's your fault. And honestly, Siggy's going harder and harder every time. So I think he's gonna maybe shut some clappers on me next time.
Oh boy.
You played with Mike Smith, right? We know him pretty well. He's same agent, obviously. I played a couple All-Star games with him. How'd you like playing with him? Did you learn anything from him?
I mean, that was the best thing what could happen for me in my on start of my career in NHL. Right? He's super nice guy, and obviously he helped me with everything. Every time when I want to know something or I need to know something, he was here for me, and he gave me tips, and he tried to help me with everything, especially with stick handling. You know, he's the best goalie with stick. So. That was it. Excuse me?
Are you good at stick handling?
Hard to say. I already made some mistakes this year, so I mean it's gonna happen if you're gonna play.
Hey, I never played with one goalie that handled the puck really, really well. I never played with one, so that's hard though, right?
That's true.
Give Smitty credit. He's the best at it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, you probably didn't met the good guys.
Hey, so talk about Smitty. So Smitty gets traded, and he's playing for Edmonton now. And you guys just have an unbelievable rivalry going. And we had Cassian on here the week before everything started again. And we all know what happened there. And then the game after the break was the game that everybody wanted to see. And there was fireworks, and there was a shootout, and there was a stick toss.
Honestly, I had my stick kind of high, and I was like, I'm gonna change my celly after shootouts. I was kind of my celly wasn't really good before, and I just throw my stick somewhere, and I didn't know someone gonna grab it like they did, and they did all show about like stick flip, and I just saw article how my stats looks like after stick flip. I was like, that's not real life.
Yeah, but you just want to celebrate because you're pumped, right? Because it's a big win.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, the players celebrating goal. Why goalie shouldn't celebrate shootouts win?
Well, I don't know. I think you're justified in celebrating that because you guys went in there in a hostile environment to Chuck fights Cassian, right? Like everyone wanted to, but he mans up. He fights Cassian. He does a really good job. What I thought got the whole game going was Monahan fighting Nugent Hopkins. Well, I don't think Mons has had a fight before, right? That must have fired you guys up.
That was awesome. I never seen something like that, especially from Monty. I mean, he's our top player, and he's not on the ice for fighting. He's for scores and apples. But what he did, I think that pumped everyone on the ice from our side.
So do you want some tips on how to, if you have to fight Smitty next game, do you want to know what to do?
You know what? I just check your fights. I'm going to do your Superman maybe.
That's not my advice. My advice is to skate at him really fast and then slide on your knees and grab his leg and tackle him to the ground.
Okay. I will let him know what you said.
I think you got to take the fight to the ground. I think that's your game.
Okay. Okay, thanks for advice.
What about Big Save Dave Jr., your dog?
Yeah, he's flying right there.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I mean, what he traveled with us, probably no one's dog did, and he's flying with us in from Czech to Canada every year, and yeah, he's pretty good. He's getting older right now, so 8 years. But he's still buzzing.
Yeah, he looks. But he's in a lot of your pictures on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I just want to ask you to check my Instagram, right?
I check everything on you. I got a police report on you.
He's a creep.
Remember that one thing you did in 2016? Remember that thing you did?
Yeah, that was with you, right?
You're quick. You're pretty quick.
Hey, if you're going after me, I'm right there.
I like that. So, another thing I found out about you is when you were 8 years old, you started refereeing, and then later on you continued. No?
Correct me.
No,
that wasn't 8 years old. I was what was that? I think I was 15 when I started.
Why'd you do it? This is what I thought was super entertaining.
Because my dad was referee, and in that age you're not making money, and when you want to go outside with some chicks and stuff like that, you gotta need that, right?
So you got into refereeing because of the chicks. That's the first I've ever heard of that. That's awesome.
Not really. Money was nice, so that's why.
The money was nice, hey?
Yeah.
What about, how do you like living in Canada? So, because how many years have you been living abroad now? 3, 4?
Third, I think. Yeah, third.
How do you like Calgary?
Oh, I love Calgary. It's nice city. Just the weather is kind of bad in 3-4 months in the winter, but the city of Calgary is awesome. You always get something to do, and you can go everywhere. How I said, just the weather could be better.
Yeah, but you know what? There's worse cities in Canada, and you know that, right?
Yeah, Winnipeg. No.
Hey, Kess and I lived in Winnipeg and played in the minors there. And actually it's sneaky good. The people are awesome though. Winnipeg people are awesome, and in Calgary. Tell us a little bit about you guys are in a tight race right now, right? How are you going to make the playoffs in such a tight division?
There's like 2 points separating 5 teams, right? So this is the time that I love to play and I love to watch around the league. So tell us about that.
I mean, the hockey starts now, right? You can play 50 games and you can feel like you're kind of safe, but you never know. We got 20 games to the end of the regular season, and this is the most important time of the season. You have to grab every single point, and you have to work for it, and that's what we're trying, and we working hard on the practice to show up in the game time.
So you guys, you're gonna make it, right? You're gonna carry this team into the playoffs. The fans of Calgary love the playoffs, and they love
the sea of red.
We had some. You know what? Kess and I used to get booed in Calgary all the time every time we touched the puck, and that was a lot because we had the puck a lot in Calgary.
I don't know about you, Kevin, but guess for sure.
I would get the puck and I'd go behind our net and I'd just sit there and let the crowd boo me, and then I'd make a breakout pass and change.
What?
Sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Yeah, that was nice dream.
Yeah, have you ever played?
Obviously, the playoff thing is huge, especially for Canada team, and the Sea of Red was buzzing last year when we've been in playoffs. So I want to get this feeling back, and I wish I can play some games in playoffs too.
Tell us all about your brother Tomasz, right?
Yeah.
I saw a video of him. He loves Harvey the Hound. He's an awesome guy. You guys seem like you have a pretty special relationship.
I mean, I didn't want to do it like that public how Flames did. I just want to do it for him, and that was the thing. And they just throw it to the Twitter, and everyone grab it and use that. So I mean, it was awesome time for him, and special time for me to share this moment with him, and give him like little present to meet Harvey. And I mean, we're very close. I honestly, I can't say I had like regular brother relationship, because it was something different between me and him. And if you gotta take care of a guy like that, you're gonna thinking about your life a little different than other people.
So you guys still talk a lot, even though he's back home, right? I assume.
Yeah. I mean, we are almost every day on the phone call with my parents, and he's in there too. So we talking a lot.
You're the big brother, right?
I don't know. I hope.
So you got to take care of him. That's awesome. So he'll get a chance to maybe come. Cool. He came earlier this season, and he'll maybe come back again, or how's that work?
No, they usually come in once in the season, because my parents work in, and it's not easy to take days off, and so they come in. I think March 1st or 2nd here, right after our trip. So it's gonna be awesome 14 days with family, and
is that your dog?
No, that was my wife.
You shouldn't talk to her like that.
What?
Hey, did Kesserai ever score on you?
Maybe Kessler, but I'm pretty sure you're not.
No chance?
No.
Did you ever see me play?
Yeah, I saw you last year in Spengler Cup. It wasn't really good.
Weren't impressed? Not impressed, eh?
No, I just saw one dirty hit what you did, so not sure.
I saw that. He hit the European guy of Canada, right? Or,
you should be used to those dirty hits. You see them all the time, don't you?
Not really. The league is a little different now than you played.
Yeah, I know. It is a little bit different, right? And what about the Czech team? Have you played World Championships, or have you represented Czech before?
Yeah, I just played 2 years ago at World Championship. It was an awesome time for me. The first time when I could put the Flames jersey on my body, it was kind of special, because I honestly, like 5 or 4 years ago, who's gonna say that I'm gonna be in the NHL and I could play for a Czech national team. I mean, 5 years ago, no one even know my name, and right now, everyone asking me if I want to play the World Championship, or how's the feelings to be starting goalie in NHL. So that's very special.
So now everybody knows your name, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, that's big for BX. Didn't know anybody's name. He didn't know my name for the first 5 years. He didn't like that one at all.
You know what? I just hear garbage all day from this guy. Some of it I respond to, and some of it I just ignore. Right?
But what about the Olympics? Do you want to? Would you want to go there as like the NHL? Would you want them to allow players to go over there and play for your country? Obviously, right?
Obviously, for sure. But you know what? You have to look on both sides. On one side you got national team Olympic Games, which is huge. But on the other side, you got NHL, and you got the owners who are a little worried to send guys there, and they can get hurt. And then you got the best moment of your season, the playoff push or the playoffs. So obviously, I would like to go there and play for my country, but it's not on me.
Yeah, exactly. It's on the PA and the owners to come up with the agreement next CBA. But I did it twice, and it's hard on your body. It's really hard on your body. So
they have to go.
But at the same time, it was a great experience. It was an unbelievable experience to be able to go and play for your country on the biggest stage. And I think it's great for the NHL to be able to show their best talent at the biggest stage in a competitive tournament.
Did you watch Nagano?
Yeah, like 1,000 times.
That's the last thing I want to ask you is who's your role model growing up? And I probably already know the answer.
Do you?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of pushing. Was it Hasek?
No.
Who was your guy?
Patrick Roy.
I was gonna say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean.
I might see him tonight at the Remparts game. You want me to give him your number? Your fake
Yeah,
number or your real number?
That's a whole nother story.
Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just write too quick to see my number. Honestly, I don't know why he didn't have my number before, but it is what it is. So, I mean, obviously, I should be that guy who's gonna say Hasek, right? Because Czech guy, and that was the time when I was growing up. But since my first moment, I loved Roy because I loved how emotional he played and what everything he did. So it's kind of like me. I'm playing with a lot of emotion, and that's what I like about the hockey, emotion, and you can kind of share it with other people.
Well, you're definitely entertaining to watch, and you could tell you play with a ton of emotion. Just to tell the listeners, so what happened is when we exchanged numbers, you wrote down, you had like one number that was wrong, and I sent out a group text, and some guy responded from Calgary and played along like he was you for a bit, and then he started asking me questions that made no sense at all. So I texted your goalie coach, Siggy. I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, does this guy speak English? And he goes, yeah, he's probably just messing with you. So anyways, then I get your real number. But then the guy who I texted originally, he keeps texting me, and we were worried he was just going to show up on the show because he has all the call-in details. Do you know that guy?
No, but hopefully, or I wish I can meet him because that message is very awesome. He was absolutely pumped. Kevin Bieksa texted him, and he is invited to the show and talk about the city.
Yeah, he played along with it. He's like, I'll talk hockey all day. I'll talk you into the ground, like to Chuck puts Cassian, and he was pretty funny, this guy.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was really, really cool. So it was kind of punishment for you because you kind of deserved it.
I deserve it. But what I don't deserve is you coming on here and being such a good guest. So we appreciate it. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time here. And Kes, I think we hope he makes the playoffs, even though he's on the Calgary Flames, right?
100%. Yeah. Just enjoy it, buddy. Enjoy the ride and savor it, because Juice and I would love to get back there again and feel that emotion and play for Canadian City.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Good luck the rest of the way, David.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and Kes. Thanks for listening again. Episode 12, Kes and Juice podcast. We're going to keep this thing rolling. Please subscribe. Please listen to me. I feel like I'm begging. Please subscribe to your favorite podcast platform on kesandjuice.com. Right, guys? At Kes and Juice on Twitter. We have over 8,000 followers now, considering that Kes and I have over 500,000 combined. That's pathetic.
You can get better. Do better.
You got better. You got better, Twitter. But anyways.
It's embarrassing. Do better. Go there now and subscribe or follow. Do whatever you have to do. But just we need at least 10,000 by the end of the week.
Yeah, easily. That's how I got onto Twitter. Kes and I were sitting at a restaurant/bar. It was local in Vancouver. And I remember you're like, get on Twitter. And I'm like, no. And you're like, yeah. And then you sent out a tweet. You said, if I can get 10,000 followers to Juice right now, I start opening an account. Juice will start tweeting. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You got me on. And then we got 10,000 in whatever the first couple hours while we were at the bar drinking. Yeah. And then boom, first tweet came out. It was you. My first tweet, I think, was you getting an IV after you were hungover the one morning. And I came into the locker room, like the dentist's office in Van, and took a picture of you with like an IV. You look like a warrior, but you were really hungover.
Yeah. Warrior, hungover, same thing, right?
It's the start of Twitter for all of us. All right, guys, have a good week. Kes, see you on Monday.
See you, buddy.